Hey, Georgina, it's good to see you again. We're bringing you in. Oh, sorry. Okay, let's do it again.
No, no, just keep going. That's the beauty of this. We don't.
Just keep going. Okay, I can. But she's the person that if you felt like you were ostracized in your childhood, you had an IEP, and you don't really feel like you don't know where you're going, you feel like you don't really have the worth. She'll help you realize the categories in life that you are strong in and figure out a path to create a beautiful life around those categories.
That was so nicely said. Thank you. I get your strengths just blossom through. Great word
Thanks.
crafter. I love it.
Thanks.
I am a dyslexic myself, and I come from a long line of dyslexics. We have researched it back, and we're like, oh yeah, that oh definitely that one. Oh yeah, look at this writing from great grandpa so and so. Like
Yeah.
we've traced it back there. So it's a gift within our family that continues to spread.
Yeah, I share that with you as well, Georgina. I remember one time I got my lefts and rights confused in front of my grandpa, and offhand he was like, you know, I could never get my lefts and rights figured out. He became an engineer and became a successful businessman. Those are pretty typical dyslexic hallmarks right there.
Oh, that's so nice. And he was comfortable with it.
Yeah.
That was nice. He leaned over to
Yeah.
be like, hey, kiddo, it just, yeah, welcome. Welcome to the club.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, I don't take or give directions well in the car, but all my friends know that if I tell them to take a left, they just take a right.
We give directions in our vehicle, like to my family, by hand signals. You like sit up,
Go that way.
yeah,
Go
yeah,
that
but you
way.
don't listen to a word people say. You're just like, oh, their hand went right. Okay, go that way. No,
Go towards the red barn, not towards the field.
yeah, GPS is a gift for us
Yeah, that's
not
definitely funny.
gifted.
Although I can actually navigate just fine on my own. It's just telling other people how to get somewhere. I'll just tell them the exact opposite way to go.
Translator in us. It just gets messed
Yeah.
up. I know.
Yeah. So, anyways, we brought you here to talk about your experience here with dyslexia. And I got a couple questions for you. The first question I got is, what's the best thing about school? I mean, dyslexics, they hate school. I hated school, but there are also good things about school. What are the things, keep it to three, that you liked?
I When I look back at school, I went to shop class and I loved it. I remember
Yeah.
being like, I made this mahogany bench. I could show it to you right now. Like, I remember making it. I remember standing, I remember all the power tools. I remember
Yeah.
loving every minute of it. And that was it. And I desperately wish somebody had pulled me aside and said, one, girls can do this. There's a
Yeah.
world for this and girls can do this. And you know, with your other things, you probably have a lot of skills, mechanical skills, and like you're probably gifted at this. I wish somebody had said that. So I did. I loved shop class and
Yeah.
thoroughly enjoyed that. And then I loved to sing. And one of the things I
Okay.
always made sure I did, I was in little singing groups that went to nursing homes and sang for people and did little
Oh,
shows.
fun.
It was really fun. And then I was always in choir and I did do drama and there was always musical or something. And that's why I got up and went to school. Like without those
Yeah.
things, it would have been really tough, but I found a few nuggets in there that I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I want to do this.
Life preservers
They were, oh
in
my
the
gosh. They were
drowning
they were
sea
like
of
my arm
school.
floaties. You know, when you're a kid, you got the
Oh,
floaties. I was the floaties.
yeah, you could tell. Yeah, my gosh. For me, my life preserver was making my teacher laugh. Otherwise, if I couldn't, I mean, besides that, if I didn't get that type of positive reinforcement,
Why?
I was done. I was
I
done.
know. I hear you. Same thing. So what's your next question?
Yeah. I'd love to get to the second one here. Okay, so what are your in life top two strengths?
Creative problem solving, which,
Okay, can you give me an example?
oh man. So I'm a retired volunteer firefighter. I also plowed snow at some point. I have a degree in civil engineering and land surveying. I have a very diverse background. And what I
Yeah.
found out is similar to you once, you can drop me into a wide variety of circumstances and I am going to Jenga chameleon and somehow like I'm going to look at things and put the craziest things together and be like, okay, we need to do this and then people need to go over here and like I will just I will creatively problem solve situations in ways that other people, I can see the path, but I'm going to see about 10 other
Yeah.
options and bring those all into play. And I'm going to literally see them visually. So that's
Yeah.
always part of
Yeah.
it. And one of the,
Having a vision.
yes, I know you're high vision too. It's one of
Yeah. Important. Being able to look at a plot of land and think of 10 different things that can go on top of that. It's an important skill to have.
when I worked in civil engineering and developed land. My favorite moment was when people would take me up in an airplane to see around the area because
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw the world from up there. And when we would
Yeah.
get up there, I'm like, oh, I designed that. I know where all those roads are. I'm like, I helped build that
Cool.
development. It was really cool. So that spatial thing, I have that.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
the second thing for me, and this actually came because of going to school with dyslexia and their inability to know what to do with my dyslexic thinking and not knowing how to grow that and prosper it and stuff. But because
Yeah, I
of
know
that,
what to say.
I have an immense amount of empathy for people and I have an immense amount of compassion and understanding that I've come to understand other people did who didn't experience growth like that at an early age.
Right.
They don't have
Yeah.
that. And it's made me a good coach. Like it's what's allowed me to get into this and have some really deep, rich conversations. And I'm grateful for it. It turned
Yeah.
into a great strength. But I have to admit, while I was building that strength, I was not happy about it. I was pretty upset.
The amount of tears that I shed, I mean, if you collected them all, they'd fill up bathtubs in school. It was unbelievable.
But we persevered. Like you keep going though. It's like I
You
will
get through it,
yeah.
and then once you get through it, everything else in life is a lot easier, to be honest with you. I mean, people who struggle early in life are often the most successful people. I mean, someone that I think of off the top of my head is my own father. He's not dyslexic, but he lost his father when he was 15. And that gave him yeah, it was really tough. But that gave him a specific type of grit and a specific type of drive. And he immigrated from the Netherlands to America and he made a fantastic life for himself. And he works harder than most people that I've ever met. And he's highly respected in our communities. And a lot of that comes from the adverse childhood that he had, you know? So it's true. I mean, dyslexia is the same thing, just not necessarily losing a father, but having an adverse childhood makes you
Mhm.
strong.
Yeah,
It's true.
come in handy.
Yeah. All right. One more question for you, real quick. When you were 10,
Oh, okay.
think back,
I can see
fifth
her. Yep.
grade. Yeah, you can see her. What do you wish someone told you about dyslexia? Like, what do you wish someone sat you down and told you, like, hey, this is the reality. You might not believe it now, but in 15 years, you're gonna look back and you're gonna agree with it.
Oh, I really wish somebody had sat me down and just explained this. Your life is this long. Your life is probably 100 years. This is this
Yeah.
little tiny part right here. And even and nobody's really going to care. And you're going to get past this and you're going to go off and do amazing, incredible things. Like really you are going to go do these.
Yeah.
You're going to go off and be a firefighter and you're going to learn accounting and you're going to build, like you're going to plow snow and do all these things. If somebody had sat me down and said, you will use these skills. You have, if somebody had said, you're just a dyslexic thinker. You've got all these strengths.
Hmm.
You got some killer weaknesses, and we're working on that with you so you can read. This is really, really important, and so we got to fight for this. But man, this
Yeah.
section over here, this is going to be your life for the next 80 years. So let's just get through this little
Hmm.
section. Like I
Yeah.
understand big things, big picture, and I wish they'd talked to me in big picture and been like, this is this little part.
Totally. It's only 15% of your life if you're living for 100 years, right? And the beautiful thing about being done with school is that you get to craft your life around yourself. So, sure, you're not strong in school. That sucks. But once you're outside of school, guess what? Your grades don't matter. You got a degree in your pocket, great. A company is going to hire you. what do you want to do? You find the job that you want to do,
Well, we never stop
you know?
learning. I know you, Hans, are a constant learner. I'm a
Hmm.
constant learner. I just get to learn the
Oh
way
yeah.
I learn, which is through videos, through interactive. Somebody hands me
Yeah.
something and I go, well, how did you do that? And they show me and then I do it and I'm like, oh, I got it. I want to do it again. Those
I
types of
know
things.
exactly what you're talking about. I mean, I honestly didn't figure out how I learned until I graduated from college, simply because there was so much stress and cortisol in my body, and I did not have enough time to even explore that, let alone the energy to to like figure out, okay, this is how I actually like to live or learn. Let me apply this in my school setting. I was never given the opportunity, the space, or the breath to understand that about myself. So the moment I left college, I stopped learning, and then I started getting real curious because dyslexic are naturally curious. And then I figured out how to learn finally,
Yes,
you know?
that's the beauty. That's what I would love to grab my 10-year-old and be like, listen to this, like this, and listen to it
Yeah,
again and again and
yeah,
again because you are,
mhm,
you're gonna do good things
yeah,
and you're gonna be happy.
yeah,
That's another thing. Somebody could have told me I was gonna be happy because at that point I was not a happy kid. That was hard. And I could have used somebody
yeah,
being like, remember, 80% of this you're gonna be really happy. Just get through this little
right.
sad stint in here and don't drag it with. Like when you get done, just walk away. Like be like,
Mhm,
woo, yeah, we're done.
yeah. Oh, do I know that? I know that feeling completely.
We all that's just it. Most of us do. Like that's exactly how that feels.
The breath of fresh air that I finally took when I got my college diploma, I was like, finally, I do not have to play their game. I can play my game.
It's graduating. I don't, if you're not dyslexic or you have not had to overcome some serious adversity, you don't understand what graduation means. It meant I got to graduate out of an entire system, out of an entire way of life that I needed to
I got the
participate in.
I got to graduate from feeling like I'm drowning every single day.
And then I got to start my life. Then I got to
Yeah,
be in the space where I had control and I could use those skills and
totally.
build them up. So thank you,
Yeah.
Hans, for letting me share this. Like this feels so good.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for taking the time and chatting with me.
Perfect. Talk to you later.
Bye.